So here we are with another edition of Bantams Smalltalk, of course sponsored by Building Timber, which is more than just good wood. Today I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Bradford City WFC manager Chris Hams. I hope I pronounced that right, and how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, so can I ask, obviously, how long have you been in the role, for those that don't know, and how's it going so far this season? Obviously, bearing in mind all the COVID stuff.
Yeah, so I've been there now for 14 months. But in terms of game time, we've only sort of managed half a season worth of games, unfortunately, with COVID last year, first lockdown, and then the current one. So, yeah, it's going all right. We're making progress. We're hopefully improving things at the club, but yeah, it's going there a bit slower than we'd like in terms of actual number of games that we're playing.
Yep, and who would you say, if you can, have you got any new players, and who would you say is the standout player at the moment for your team?
Yeah, we've done well with the squad since we've come in. So since I joined, we've had a number leave that we felt probably needed to be moved on, and then the squad that we've got now is, we're really happy with everyone that we've got, and it's a very competitive squad. It wouldn't necessarily be fair to pick anyone out. We've had some brilliant individual performances through that time, and but as a squad in whole, they're pushing each other brilliantly, testing each other really well, which is nice.
Yeah, because talking of players, I can suggest one good player for you who actually plays for the disabled team. Have you ever heard of Katie Greenwood? She's a really good player, and I think she'd probably do well in your team. So
yeah, we had Katie in the summer and done some training with us. So we gave her some support and we keep working with her, and yeah, that's the aim, to hopefully get her some opportunity to come and play with us one day.
Yep, and what's your next upcoming fixtures for anyone that may be interested in watching? Have you got an action? How have the results been going?
Yeah, so in terms of upcoming, I really don't know at the moment. Obviously, everything's been cancelled at the moment with lockdown. So if we are to return, and that's still a bit of an if this season, I imagine everything will be swapped and changed around. So far, we've only managed 4 league games up to this point. We've had a lot of cancellations, a lot of delays, but managed to remain unbeaten in 3 of them, which is nice, and it's progressing. Not quite getting the wins that we want yet, but we are progressing to becoming, well, we're definitely moving away from a losing culture and hopefully getting towards a winning one.
So, I can ask you, obviously you've told us about how long you've been in the job. Was it always your desire to get the job, and what made you want it? What made you want to be, the manager of the ladies' team?
Yeah, so I've worked in women's football now for sort of 7 years, and just been really lucky that opportunity sort of season on season has meant that I've taken on new roles and new opportunities, sort of say moving up the ladder, but moving up the opportunities are from younger kids all the way up to first team football. And when the opportunity came to join Bradford, it was right for me. It was the right moment for me. I'd spent some time at a previous club as sort of caretaker manager and started to get results. And I just felt I was ready to take that. Club games, traditional, that team, not the best times the last season, and try and turn things around.
Yeah, good. Yeah, because obviously I try and shoot. I do, so although I don't think I've ever watched them, I do keep looking out for them, and I've always suggested that to do an interview with you. So I thought I'd give you a call, and yep. So obviously, what are you looking most forward to when you do get back to action? Is it just games, or do you think you'll be training first? What is it that you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, all of it. I mean, we're all desperately missing football in terms of all aspects of it. We had a fitness section, an online Zoom fitness section with the full squad the other night, and the girls loved it. Just interacting with each other, and then also, doing a bit of fitness and stuff. So we're looking forward to getting back going when we can. And then just bigger picture, I think, like I said, we've only played 4 games, and we can see the progress that we're making this season, and we are making big strides, and we're just really excited about where this group of players can go and what we can achieve. So we just want to get back on the pitch and test everyone really, and look to progress.
Yeah, because obviously you seem like you're doing a good job so far. So I want to say obviously good luck to you, and we'll have a couple more questions on your job role, and then we'll move on to maybe Bradford City as a whole. What would you, if there was anyone wanted to follow in your footsteps and become try and become as successful as you are, what would your motivation be to them? Any helpful advice, or for anybody wanting to join your team? Basically, this is your chance to sell your club now.
Absolutely. I mean, if we're talking about a coaching role, I'd say just do it. Just get out of your comfort zone and go and take on a coaching role somewhere. I mean, I started off. I'm from Manchester originally, and found a local grassroots team and just coached there. And it was through the experience I got from that eventually got me working full time in football, in community football, and then everything's just sort of snowballed from there for me really, and just opportunities have come. In terms of playing, it's go out and enjoy the game. We work hard, we train the players very well, and I'd like to think so. But the most important thing that we've found about this group is that we've got a group of players that have come in that love playing. They love training, they love working hard, they love doing the things that we want them to do, and that helps. It makes the games when we go into a game a little bit easier, because you've already taken on the first hurdle. A lot of the nerves are out the way because you're just enjoying playing. So that's probably my main advice for anyone. Yep,
and if we'll move on to sort of the men's team, obviously the first team. So far, what do you think of the recruitment so far? So far, obviously, we haven't seen them play, and I must admit, in the years, every time we've signed someone, I've always thought they're decent and said, oh, this player's going to be fantastic, and they've turned out not to be so great. But this time, I really do think we seem to be signing better calibre players. Would you agree? Especially our latest catcher with Danny Rowe. What do you think to the...
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic signing. I mean, he put on a bit of a show, I think, the last time he faced
that goal,
Bradford. So, yeah, I think it's nice. I think that the whole club looks to be heading in a really good direction in terms of what Ryan wants to do with the team, obviously what Mark and Connor are looking to do with the first team as well. I just think it's positive, and positivity makes a huge difference. And let's hope that then those good quality players then are coming into an environment where they can flourish.
Yep. And do you think we'll actually play Saturday? And do you think this winter break will affect our form? I don't think it will, and I hope it doesn't. But you know what I mean. The worst thing is we should. It's obviously we have to wait until we can't play if it's unsafe. But will that think that can upset the momentum of our unwinning run? Unbeaten run rather.
Yeah, it is very difficult when you've had time off. I think sometimes a break's good, but having an extended break, despite your best efforts, you do get a bit rusty. I mean, we found it with our team, with the women. Yeah. We played our first game of the season. We had a 3-week break, and it took us up until half time to really get up to speed of things, and that's pretty much been the story of our season. So, whilst obviously we hope that there isn't any major impact, I won't be expecting necessarily fireworks, particularly in the first half, but hopefully they can do enough to be in the game, and then once they've got that force out of the legs, and I'm sure.
Yeah, and obviously, I think we're still going to bring a couple of more players in. In what area would you think we'll recruit? Apparently, it's going to be a winger and an attacking midfielder. I think that's all that's missing at the moment. Yeah. If you were yourself to decide who to bring in, what would you bring in if you were if you were where Connor Sellers was and Truman, what would you do?
Yeah, they've made a huge impact, and they've got to be given a lot of credit for that. And sometimes it's not always about changing players. It's about just changing a system or changing a mentality. If they are going to be bringing a few more faces, it's always nice to have people that can stick the ball in the back of the net. That makes a huge difference to a team. It doesn't matter how well you defend, if you can't score, then you're never going to reach your true ambitions. So yeah, I think a couple more people that can bag a 10, 15 goals a season for the club, or even up to 10 now between now and the end of the season would be a huge benefit for the team.
Yeah, and as obviously City fans will know you, have you got any special messages that you'd like to send to them and do you think, in hope of fans returning to Valley Parade, and do you think we ever will return, even if it's unlikely to be this season? Do you think we'll definitely be back at Valley Parade next season?
Yeah, I'm fully expecting, probably back to normal's the wrong word, but I'm fully expecting us to have some form of normality by next season. Now the vaccine's rolled out and all the stuff we're being told from the news and the governments and everything. I'm hoping fans are back. I miss going to football games. In terms of messages, it's just, being completely honest, I've always known of Bradford City, but I'm not from Bradford, and Bradford wasn't my team, and necessarily growing up. But what I was blown away was the size of the club and the following and the fan base. I mean, the games I did go to before, since I joined the club last year, having 16,000 fans in the stadium in League Two, it's an amazing following, and I'm sure that will be a minimum. After this break, I'm sure that'll be a minimum before they come back again in the future. So, all I say is just keep supporting the club. It's a fantastic fan base, and hopefully a bit of that then spills over and come and start watching us as well on a Sunday when we can have fans back and start playing. So.
Well, unfortunately, I work Sundays, and then if not, obviously I haven't played for a while with the disability team, because I admit last year I should have gone to training a bit more, but because I live at home with my parents, it's not always that easy to get there. And then I'll get back, and then obviously with this COVID thing, I've been training for ages, and I'm really missing it. Have you ever watched a disability team play? Do you know? And apart from maybe obviously you've heard of Katie, have you ever thought about popping to see us train perhaps when we are back to near normal? Because you'll be more than welcome to come up and have a look and
Absolutely.
Give your insight into it.
I'd love to come down and watch. Again, it's one of those unfortunate things, really. I mean, I joined December 2019, and by the time things had settled down, we got to sort of March time, and then the pandemic hit. So, I've not had opportunity to do half the things I want to do with the club, but one of the ones top of my list is to absolutely come and watch training, come watch games with the disability team, as well as many parts of the club.
And I'm sure you'll be able to put some of your influence in them, maybe come and coach one of the team, one of the levels.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll stick with them for a bit. Have you ever seen them actually play at Valley Parade? Because all levels get to play at Valley Parade, sort of at half time during the season. So obviously it hasn't happened for a while, but have you ever actually seen them play at Valley Parade, any level, or the ladies team, the men's?
No, I'm sorry, I've not had the ability to do that yet. I've only managed a couple of games myself, coming to Valley Parade since I joined the club and before things all stopped. So no, it's again very much something I'm looking forward to.
Yep, I'll just go for a couple more, and this is more personal. Are you a Bradford City fan yourself? You can, if you're not, you can admit it. Or is there another team you support?
No, no, I'm not a Bradford City fan. Didn't grow up in the area. I'm from Manchester originally, so Manchester United's my team. And for all my sins and everything in that aspect. Yep,
and how do you think you'll do this season? Because obviously, you won last night. You're back top of the league. Do you think you can win the Premiership this year? He's still there, but
knows what can happen anymore. I mean, crazy things have happened in the last month. It's winning for a change, and who knows? Who knows where they'll end up? Hopefully above Liverpool. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Obviously, people think I do support a Premiership team as well, and so people think I'm not loyal to Bradford, but obviously City are my first team. Go on then. You must have seen. How do you think my Premiership team is?
Ooh.
You might be able to tell from a post on Facebook and stuff like that.
No, go on. I'm going to, by your reaction, I'm going to say Liverpool.
Nope.
Is it not?
Begins with an A.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah. Well,
there we go.
So when we played them in that cup tie, I don't know if you remember, when we beat them, that was my dream tie.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. No, I remember that. I remember that whole run. That was fantastic. But, yeah, good one for you.
Yep, and I'll go for just one or two more questions. Have you ever played football yourself as a youngster? Have you ever trained with anyone yourself?
Played up until I was about 17, and team I was in, as unfortunately is the way at that sort of age, teams start to disband, and then I sort of gave it a year out before going off to university and tried to play a little bit at university, and just eventually started to drift away from the playing side and start getting into the coaching side. But yeah, played all the way up until I was about 17 years old.
Yep, well, this is again your time. Is there any special mentions that you'd like to mention before we sort of end this interview, or anything that you want to say to anybody? Any special thank yous or anyone that you want to mention?
No, I think the people that I speak to, and I'm thankful for the work that they do. Hopefully, I speak to them a lot on that. But I suppose it's just for everyone. It's a really tough time, isn't it? And it's a difficult time not being able to really leave the house, not being able to necessarily see loved ones and everything. So hopefully, things like this help, and people can enjoy that and look forward to that, and obviously enjoy watching City at the weekend if they can finally get a game on, and just keep strong. I mean, for me and for us at Bradford City Women, we just want people to know to reach out and have someone to speak to. We're there. Reach out to us through Twitter, directly to myself or to the club, and we're there if ever anyone needs us.
Yep, and we'll just go for one last one, because I'm going to, obviously, you'll have to go and get your tea or grab yourself a beer or anything. Going back to Ryan Sparks, and obviously he had his critics when he was appointed, but to me, I don't understand why people ever got him, because he's new to the role, but as you say, he's made a fantastic start, and obviously some people are beginning to, were sort of against him, are beginning to turn. But what would your message be to people that maybe still not too sure on him? Because I think he's a fantastic guy. Obviously, I've met him a few times, and because I used to go to fans media meetings. He's a brilliant guy. Obviously you've mentioned how good his start is made, but do you think he can continue that? I do. I think he can take us forward. I really do.
Absolutely. I mean, don't underestimate the value of a good person. I think Bradford, unfortunately, in the last, you'll probably even correct me on this, but maybe over the last 10 years hasn't always had the best people at the club in the right roles. So to have a really good human being first and foremost is invaluable. He clearly has an idea, and he clearly has a passion for the club and for taking this club forward. He's been fantastic with me, even in quite a distant role to begin with, because it's only recently that we've now come back under the umbrella of the club fully. But he's been fantastic with us throughout the entire time. So yeah, I'm fully behind what he does, and I'm sure he'll only prove more and more his worth to the role and his incredible ability to take this club forward.
Yep, so I want to thank you for your time, and just before you do go, as I said to all my guests, because my show is sponsored by Build and Timber, I don't know if you ever get any timber, or whether you're planning on getting any timber, but if you do, when you go down there, if you quote Bantams Smalltalk, you'll get yourself 15% off, so don't forget that.
I won't do. Thank you.
So, thank you for your time, and are you having a beer tonight, or are you just going to go and get your tea?
Oh, I think we've got the Continental Cup quarter-final, Durham v West Ham, so that'll be on the TV, and I'll enjoy that one tonight, I think.
All right then, buddy. Thanks a lot, and I'll upload this video later and send you the link. So thanks for your time, and have a good night, buddy.